Please subscribe this new channel youtube.com/yourmalaka to encourage me to continue preservation works on Malacca's past and present events, heritage, history, traditions for the future younger generations.
请帮忙订阅这个新频道 youtube.com/yourmalaka 以鼓励我继续努力保留马六甲的文化、历史及传统，为了新一代的年轻人。
And I knew that this was something that was not, it's not a regular thing in Malacca. And I saw the importance of really sort of like, just documenting this, and this is sort of like my interest as well, to sort of use the resources that I have with the faculty in terms of like filming and our students and whatnot, to try to actually come up with a film on the Wangkang. So that's sort of like where I started. It's like, and Eric and I have basically been doing work on the Peranakan's for the last few years, in trying to sort of like, giving it more prominence, and also sort of like UNESCO recognition for the culture. So that was, and then when I got connected to you, it's like, the last 3 months we've been trying to do this, to sort of like, I try to see where we can sort of like help and bring our resources together, etc. To promote all this, I guess. And Eric is part of the UNESCO
I'll explain.
Okay.
So, my name is Eric, as you know, I'm French. I'm a sociologist by training, but now I'm more into anthropology since I've joined UKM 7 years ago at the Institute of Ethnic Studies. My wife is Malaysian. She's not Malaysian. She's half Malay, half Indian. From Penang originally. And lately I'm connected with modestly with UNESCO in 2 ways. The first way is I belong to this network of UNESCO chairs of communication, which is called Orbicom. The headquarters are in Montreal, in Canada. These are the administrative headquarters, but essentially they report to Paris, of course. So I'm just part of the board of this network. And more recently, our institute, the Institute of Ethnic Studies at UK, been awarded a chair. You can see the little logo on the top left, a UNESCO chair, UNESCO Paris. So it's a long-winded name, like UNESCO chair, social practices, intercultural communication and social cohesion. Which is not very far off of what you're trying to achieve, through rituals such as Hong Kong. It's about harmony, social harmony. So our job is to study everything that happens on the ground, like your initiative, for example, and to see how does it contribute to the bigger picture of social cohesion in the country. So we have been granted this chair last year, 2019, October, and we have it for 4 years. A UNESCO, but it's renewable. A UNESCO chair is basically a kind of recognition of excellence work for a particular research center. So because they believe we have been doing good research, so they give us this award. But then that makes the job even harder, because our KPI So if we can meet these KPIs in 4 years' time, they will renew our chair. If we can't, then the chair is cancelled. The good thing about this chair, I believe, is that it gave me a direct gateway to the UNESCO headquarters in Paris. I believe the fact that I'm French helps a little bit as well. One of the things we have been trying to do, I think we're getting there now, is to, as David was pointing out, to get some kind of recognition for all things Peranakan, but more into intangible heritage as well. So we, one of the things we have been doing is documenting a little bit through short videos to make it pedagogical, for larger audience. Some of Peranakan ritual, everything that is part of the intangible cultural heritage can be religious rituals, but it can be cooking, traditional Babanian cooking, or Chechi cooking as well. We have been doing a lot of work in Kampung Chechi. We are looking at the moment at intermediary step between non-recognition and the World Heritage List, what we're trying to achieve is we are bidding for, I'm sure you heard about it, what they call International Assistance Grant from UNESCO. But because UNESCO now has 100,000, yes. You can have bigger, but it just takes longer time. But now it's a different exercise, it's a form matching exercise. Because since US withdrawal, so they want the country, Malaysia, as we say, not UK or America, to put a little bit money, and then UNESCO will top up form matching. So I'm in the process of getting a bit of money from UK. David might get some from UIT, he will elaborate on it. And then once we have the confirmation in writing, I will bring it to the National Commission, UNESCO, in Putrajaya, which will relay it to Paris. And then everything goes well by 2021, we have a bit of funding. So that's the gist of what we are doing now.
Short introduction of what we are doing, whatever research that you all are doing, because I don't get, how we can collaborate yet. I still don't know which area. Yeah. So because UNESCO actually encourage joint application, it seems it's easier. Yeah.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but just before I forget, which means the Wangkang is it just in Fujian?
Yeah.
Not anywhere else in China. Okay, so we were applying for the UNESCO with Fujian.
With China, because we don't go local. Country. Yeah. So we don't see Malacca with
Let's just hope with the whole coronavirus, it's it hasn't changed anything. But I think we've sort of managed to get some funding going for this, which I hope will happen. It's for the Wangkang for November. So I wanted to basically sort of meet with you and sort of also kind of figure out where things are. It's what else is going to happen, I guess, from now until November, and then kind of appropriately plan and work out and map that out as well in terms of how to go about doing this.
Okay. So let me association. Based in Malacca. Our society was actually formed in 1986. We have got another older association that is we call Kesatuan Peranakan Cina Melaka, which has got a history of more than 100 years old, previously known as Straight Chinese Born Association. Okay. Prior to MCA's formation, SCBA was the one that represented all Chinese in Melaka. Okay. But then when the British actually asked SCBA to send a representative for election, they chose not to. And they changed their constitution to go only on culture. So that was why Tan Cheng Wong, who is also Barat, came up and formed MCA. Okay, like Malaysia Chinese Association and then so. So since SCBA has opted to go everything cultural, okay, so they have somehow dropped the whole political struggle of the Baba Nyonya. Until 1986, our first president thought that the Baba Nyonya right was not actually taken care of. The Serani, means the Portuguese, got the Bumi Putra status. Okay? They invaded Melaka and they can get Bumi Putra status. Whereby we came here much early. You know, we always say we give our putri, Hang Lipo to the Sultan, sudah kahwin, sudah main, sudah everything, and then we don't have this status. So because of that, our first president thought that it's high time the masses form another society. So that was where the Kesatuan Peranakan China Malaysia. Initially it was China Malaysia, was formed in 1986. And I'm actually the 5th president. I'm not the first president. But when I came up, I thought I want a distinction between China and Baba Nyonya. That's why I changed the word China to Persatuan Peranakan Baba Nyonya Malaysia. Okay, so I took away the China because, you know, today's scenario is very much different from those days. Yeah, today's scenario, the China is also very aggressive, very radical, fighting a lot of things with the government, wanting this and that, suit you and all these things. Until the Malay feel very fed up and felt, you job pantun, I can believe. We don't know saya together. We leave the Malay way. So I say we should distinguish ourselves from the general Chinese. That's why I got my AGM approved that the name be changed from Persatuan Peranakan China Malaysia to Persatuan Peranakan Baba Nyonya Malaysia. Not that got to do with the Baba Nyonya. As I say, I never forgot my root. I am from China. My ancestors are from China. In fact, I am the 9th generation from China. When my ancestors first came, those days there isn't any plane. It is also true maybe Fujian Lodge, Tongkap, whatever you call it then, reaching here. So that itself reminds me of my root. While the Indonesia says, I burn this off to remind me that I'm not from China, the Baba will say, seeing the Wangkang reminds me that my root is there. But of course, my love is for this country. And I'm thankful for this country to allow me to have my tomorrow. Yeah? So that is the connection, the first connection. It reminds people who don't know where they come from, people who do not appreciate their origin. I always say they will never go far enough. That is my belief. Because everything in whatever religion that you learn, you must be thankful. So I'm thankful for my ancestors who have to sail through months to reach here, and then to breed, and then until what I have it today. I'm thankful. So that's, I'm reminded of this. And the Baba has started. Those days, it is only Taoism and Buddhism, not so much of Christianity. Of course, Mongols time, Christians trying to enter China and things like that, but it has not reached until the southern part. Yeah? If you have watched the show Marco Polo, right? It is more the northern than the southern. Yeah? But during Song dynasty, we have already started, not only Ming dynasty, right? In fact, during Song dynasty, we have already started from China going up as berdagang, as business people. Yeah? Of course, more during Ming when our Zhengde voyage, more so during Ming. So then, before Christianity was widely preached here, many of the Babas, they are either Taoist of this. In fact, Taoist more than this. Okay? So they believe in all these gods. Yeah? But when they embrace Buddhism, they embrace Christianity, then you can see a lot of shift happening. What happened? When they embrace Buddhism, they do not pray this God anymore because they say Buddha is the teachers of man and God. Meaning, Ongya's teacher is also Buddha. So if I pray to the principal, why should I pray my teacher some more? So they throw away Ongya. But they still pray ancestor. But when some of the Christian, some of the Peranakan embrace Christianity, they throw away even the ancestor. They cannot. Yeah? I mean, except Catholics, even that they don't keep the tablet, right? So, totally only Christians means no more gods, no more ancestors. So this is where the shift, and we cannot stop on this, isn't it? We cannot stop on this. So, and then the current social or the current social happening in Malaysia of Taoist temple also doesn't help. Why? Taoist temple is equate to gangsters' place. In short, I'm telling you. Taoist temple is perceived as a place where, people with tattoos will come. So the youngsters or parents will not want to send their children. But this temple is something very different. It has been all this for more than 200 years. Okay? And we know that it is properly done. Right? They have got their ups and downs. Those days, only all the babas come here, and then the babas went to Kaum. Kaum was after the Japanese occupation. Kaum was very famous until the 80s.
So back to my question.
What's the difference? They are from different era. They are from different
region. So different region in China,
I believe so. These Ongya are from Fujian. Kaum is from Has a cost for this year. If you think we can be of help, then it has to be everything on coming. Okay? So what can you expect from this? Okay. You will see how the Baba pray to our heavenly God. That will be somewhere. All these are maybe the last 2 weeks before Wangkang. Maybe 10 days before, a lot of prayers. Okay? How we pray to our heavenly God. Throughout Malaysia, we will only pray to our King Kong on the 9 days of Chinese New Year. Right? So you can only wait until Chinese New Year time to see. But now different. Wangkang also we have to pray to our King Kong. And then you can see how the Baba do the prayers, the Baba style. At least on the presentation part. Presentation of our offering. That is all. Okay, I can tell you what you can expect. Okay? And then how we offer a feast to the gods. How we have got actually follow how the king those days, the emperor those days feasted. They have got 12 types of vegetable, 12 types of 12 types of vegetable, 12 types of meat, 12 types of sweet things, 12 types of sour things, 12 types of fruit. Yeah. So this is something different. Yeah. So Peranakan standing of this temple would be, Peranakan is actually the whole, how I would say, lifestyle. The thing that we use, the thing that we eat, the thing that we say, right? And the thing that we use currently, you can see, for example, here, you see, this is Peranakan tiles design. Okay? In our temple itself, in a shrine, it's all Peranakan tiles. Yeah? So this is the thing that we use. Yeah? Okay. You can see on our mantra book. Okay? Those days, Peranakan don't know Mandarin. When we come here, okay, our ancestors come here, they speak Hokkien, they don't speak Mandarin. Mandarin is something very new, very recent. When the new Chinese, okay, Communist Chinese started, People Republic of China started, then only they put Mandarin as their language, right? Prior to that, the Southern will speak Hokkien. So you can see on our mantra book, we use ABC to write our Hokkien mantra. Until today, they still keep, it's all on ABCs. Roman wording. Yeah. So these are something that maybe you can look into for your whatever, just our research or presentation. Yeah, I can think of. Of course, if you want to start taking throughout Wangkang, in fact, now we have started since last year, building, because Wangkang, the whole thing will be about our batch. So maybe you can talk to Mr. Ong. He has got all the recording. Yeah, any royalty you need to pay against that, you have to talk to him. Okay, so he has got all this. He's here practically every day, filming everything. Yeah, and Jabatan Warisan Negara is also doing that. Yeah, so 还有什么爸爸有没有关系到爸爸？ We try to, because these are all about prayers and offerings and things like that. Those days, when the British came, the Baba started to wear clothes. But prior to that, it is all, the Hua, long Hua and short Hua and all that. Okay. So we have decided, in fact, we have prepared our Chang Hua, long Hua, for us when we pray to Heavenly King. All those people will be wearing that and putting on a hat. We are trying to limit that those in the early 90s. Okay, so this is something that you can anticipate.
More conversation.
Yeah. Jabatan Warisan Negara has been coming for every ceremony that we have. For example, our hill preparation. They came and they filmed. So later procession, prior to procession, you have got a few other ceremonies like, you have to open the eyes of the sheep. You have to put down the anchor. Meaning when you put down the anchor also ready. Yeah? Symbolically, you have to put water, then you put down, meaning the ship arrive to your shore. You understand? So ready to bring all this unseen.
So that has been done.
These, not yet, because the ship is still moving. All this will be between that 10 days prior to that. I will tell you to be prepared 2 weeks prior to our session.
I'm just thinking like probably finishing. Yeah, as soon as I can sort of like organize whatever, maybe I can bring a few people down and we can start interviewing you and
No problem. From now until then, I believe there will be a lot of all this. I I've seen this happening before earlier on TV stations and whatnot. We will give our fullest cooperation because to us this is a way for us to continue. Of course, we especially to universities researcher, because this is where we are lucky. We are lucky. I will tell you this. A lot of people don't know the meaning anymore. Why was it done? Especially the peranakan. Okay? Our parents has always got this thing. If you ask them, why you do this? You keep quiet, follow. By them saying you keep quiet, just follow, means you don't know the meaning, you will just blindly follow. You don't know the meaning. Why was it? Don't know. So we are lucky in a way that Ongya is communicating with us. You get what I mean? Do you want to know how Ongya communicate with us?
Yes, please.
He just talk to us. Okay, in fact, he just give tea. Okay? We have got, those days, we have got Tangji. But Tangji don't speak. Right? You also, you cannot learn anything. Tangji, you cannot learn anything.
See, right? It's like
党纪有写哦，党纪 will only write who, all those then burn, cannot tell you anything. So, but we are different because since 2001, after our wakaf, okay, there is this method of communication started from. Started from Taiwan, then it went to Brunei and went to many places. Okay. Our Ongya went to Brunei. One of the temple. Okay, they have got this system where they put chair, but smaller version. 2 person sitting. One person 2 legs, another person 2 legs. They are fully, I would say, not in trance, fully aware, but they are supposed to be fully focused onto channeling their energy flow with Ongya. Means their thought cannot be distracted. Okay? If some pretty girls come with scantily clad, if their eyes see, Ongya will just take this chair, will just bang their head. Because once you are distracted, cannot. So something like this. Okay. And these 2 person cannot talk. Okay? But once you talk, who is talking? Ongya or the person carrying? So they are not supposed to talk. Okay. He was asked, Ongya looked for him. He is still very young. But he has been very senior in the temple. He is only 40 years old, but he is already in the temple 40 years. Meaning, from still 3-4 years old, already start coming. His father was previously superintendent of the temple, the position that he is holding now. Okay? So always follow his father. Okay. So Ongya appears in Brunei. Ask Brunei if he will write down, I am from Yong Tian temple. Okay? Please come and look for him and ask him to come to Brunei. Short. Okay? So they came the 3rd time only baru jumpa, that kind of thing. Okay? When he learned, and Ongya subsequently, because he learned alone, but you need 2 person. Right? So Ongya told him to find first 2 person that learned this are 2 babas. Just now I just told you Baba don't know Chinese, right? He can't even write his own Chinese name. But he can write out poem. So that was where Ongya started to get believers to believe that he's talking, not his two talking. You understand? Because everyone knows these two Baba don't know Chinese. He knows. So Ong Yang never asked him to start in Melaka. He was never the first couple. He was only the teacher of the first couple. Right? So he is known as master. You know, in Melaka fraternity, he taught a lot of couples, a lot of groups. But he was never the first couple because Ong Yang wanted the follower to believe that not the handler that is writing, but it was him. Okay. So many a thing Ong Yang will just write up so we can read. We can read. You know, because it's written in Mandarin. We can read. And sometimes Ong Yang also wrote in English. I've seen once. Merry Christmas. He put one X. M-X. M-X. Merry Christmas. He wished the people. Because to be very frank, there are many Indians, many Christians, in fact, Muslim coming and ask Ong Yang, not for blessing, but to cure their illness. You know, so MX was the only English term that I've seen, and then you know because it was on Christmas Day, before Ong Yang went back, he wrote there MX Pump. What is that? Merry Christmas. Okay, so that was how Ong Yang communicated with us. Ya, dulu tangci tak boleh, sekarang sudah boleh. So a lot of things, as long as you ask, why you do this? Why? What is the reason why? You know, Ong Yang, not like our parents, cannot. Ong Yang will have to tell you the reason. And in fact, when I asked the six Ong Yang, where are you from? He also write which temple in China. Then we both went to that China. Then we asked again. You know, 3 times. You know, we have got this open, close things. You know, true enough, it's not that. We just don't take it lightly. Because nowadays, children, you cannot just say, I say you follow. It doesn't move. We want to know why. Yeah?
So is there bahkan in Brunei? So it's just Tian, Melaka and Indonesia.
Taiwan,
Okay.
Taiwan, Indonesia, here, as I say, Batu Pahat, Penang 有吗？前面有啊，以前啊。
Because Penang is kaum Ong Yang, right?
No, they are not also.
That's also bahkan.
Small one for paper one.
Using paper.
You say the Kuching just left the one.
Kuching in 1929, 28, we have the photo. We have the photo.
But since then,
And Indonesia, where in Indonesia?
Bahkan Api-Api.
Only one place.
I don't know about others. In Bahkan Api-Api, there are two temples. Two places. It is, you see, when they go, they are, yeah, it's Taoism.
So Korea
Not anymore. When they go, is Taoism, during Ming Dynasty. Okay? I don't say this is Peranakan one, I never say that. I only say what it reminds us is Peranakan. That's number one. And it is the Peranakan that continue because we have got money there. Yeah? 2001, 2012, it was not a Peranakan. Peranakan are just a part contributor. It was all run by all these. They are the people that run it. You know, Peranakan, then the handler are Peranakan. But now we felt that they felt I am not from this temple. I agree to that. Okay, president. I take it that Ong Yang wants the Peranakan. So we have a lot of Peranakan functions start having here. Even a Christian, the Baba also will come here, you know. The Christian Baba will also start coming here, things like that. So, because I'm the president, I say you here. That's why I agree with that. I also have to thank all of them because they are the one that give due respect. They are the one that start telling people Wangkang actually taken care of, was done previously by the Baba people. Or else I also don't know. So when I come in, then I learn. Yeah? They are very different CK. They don't put everything no. They give respect where it is due. So in this case, they know that the Baba was originally one of these.
So, what about funding for this Islamic garden?
None from government. This, we needed 2 million. We managed to get 800,000 and you see what I have now. So I've got another amphitheater going around. Not normal kind. So we have a soft foundation. So you then, I even give them connection with Baba Association. And UNESCO about this other problem. They told me, in fact, some of the professors in Beijing also keep telling me, hey, you should have presentation.
We shall take care of.
You right. They are very interested into Baba culture because of the one by one policy. They want to see how the Baba can actually intermingle, assimilate without.
A lot of people because social harmony is quite hard to find nowadays. So in that sense, Peranakan ways of biculturalism is a very good lesson to learn from.
You know when the one they don't want to read too long.
So you submitted already?
September. This July is the meeting. September we should.
Thank you.
Hi Eric.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Ronald. We are building the Wangkang now,
Okay.
and then we will come here and then further discuss whatever that we want.
Do you like us to put mask or?
No, it's okay. It's okay. As long as we maintain,
1 meter
distance.
Okay.
This is Mr. Pang,
Hello.
and obviously our Mr. Ong. He
Hi.
will be, everything
Eric.
will be recorded. do you want to? So we have come to an agreement with Adanya. Because nowadays a lot of journalists, professors, there's one from Jabatan Warisan. She's doing her PhD, Malay, doing PhD on Wangkang. A lady. So we have somehow discussed and come to a conclusion that as the director, if let's say there are ladies who need to come in, then I ask permission I can do it. And today it goes by after doing that, and then we go the next level is to put up all this. He's a contractor. None of them. None of them.
Take your conclusion. Let's take it.
Okay, we started from preparing the queue. Okay, the queue was done with proper ceremony, everything done by the end of December. Everything was actually recorded. We had to prepare the queue. So that was done by December, before Christmas, before kita makan tangkit, before winter solstice. So that marks the beginning of doing the whole water. Okay, and then our people have got until November 15th, prior to November 15th to prepare. So we started off very simple case until March 18th, where we were supposed to stop everything. Then we have already got so we rested almost about two months, then we resumed after getting permission from and then I think we are very much our friend Mr. So, come Mr. So. He has witnessed three Wangkang. He knows about Wangkang history more than anyone else. So this is very good to predict. So mungkin ada you all want to just before to this, you need to take any photo. I don't know you are in which line you all want to discuss. You talk you can go up if you all have a look. Có hình à? Hàng sang này á? All the while we have only got 5 hanya. This sunrise, the 6th hanya was sent by Heavenly King to come down specifically to see through for this time of time. It was done in 2017. I will explain to you subsequently, what hanya actually is.
What about the Kao Ongya?
It's different.
That's different.
That's different. Kao Ongya is different from our Ongya. So there are two signature prevail. Yeah.
So is it the same layout that you use for every for the ship?
Okay, this is actually done by an architect. Okay. So actually did a lot of research because this is the design of Hokkien ship design. Came out of it is different from what is
So every Wangkang is a different design for the ship. It's up to
the ship will be of Hokkien ship design, but every Wangkang it will get bigger.
So this is the biggest lah.
So far,
all the past ones are all smaller than this.
This is so far the biggest.
What is the rationale why not to do bigger?
Because the whole idea is we are inviting all the evil wandering souls. Not necessarily evil. We are inviting all the wandering souls. Okay? So the bigger means we can actually invite more. As time goes by, there are still a lot of deaths that we might not see. And in fact, Melaka, why is it only happen in Melaka? Because it goes way back from Melaka Sultanate. And then, subsequently Portuguese invasion, and then they have fight with Dutch. Even Japanese, the whole Malaysia, when they're supposed to chop people, they will bring it down to Melaka to chop. So here, I presume, this is actually what Ongya told us. There are just too many wandering souls. Of course, you have not included those accidents, those suddenly die of, unknown reason.
So, but there's no Wangkang in Singapore, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, how come? Because it's a big city as well, right?
Yes, but then again, Wangkang normally you need to have Ongyas around. So there's no effect a lot of
It goes back to Melaka Sultan.
it goes back, when before Singapore, what it is today, many of actually Singapore's earlier Chinese people are the Babas from Malacca. Yeah. Perhaps those days they do have. I don't know.
I don't think
In Kuching they have, also Malacca Baba went. Only once, 1928 or 29. And then subsequently they even any to follow suit.
What about Penang?
Penang also don't have. Penang never.
But Penang has something similar, right?
Something similar but it is not Wangkang.
Yeah, it's not Wangkang.
Currently still have is Malacca, Batu Pahat. But they use paper. They have a little bit of tweak. The reason why Wangkang was done was twisted a bit to suit patriotism.
Okay.
Yeah. In Indonesia, they say they do Wangkang every year and then subsequently it will be sent off, right? But burning, they call it sending off here. They want to instill patriotism among their people and among telling the government there. So they write in such a way that we are burning the last ship, so that we will take Indonesia as our motherland, no more China as our motherland. So there's an element of patriotism instilled. But of course, deep down, you talk to the old people there, they know the reason. Yeah, but to the younger people, it becomes like a tourist attraction. But ours is still very, very much very traditional. We don't have all this kind of elements. Yeah, maybe that one we can talk down there. It has to be described as our Malaysian national heritage. It has to be a national heritage before it can be brought up to international. So it's gazetted and all that things. Satu. Okay. But you see the difference between the full-scale kill sedan chair and the half uncovered sedan chair. Okay. There are in Malacca 5 brothers only. The 6th one just came. We put aside the 6th one first. We talk about these 5. The one but among these 5, the governmental posts are,
The other 3
the other 3 are just on gas. The other 4 are just on gas. So you see the difference with the sedan chair that we see. The king sedan chair different from their minister sedan chair, something like that. Yeah? So the other Songya, they cannot have this close up. So that shows their rank. So currently the 6th Songya, because he's new, sent by Heavenly King. So he is also sitting here, but since no place, only one, so we put our main deity here and he's sitting in front. So until he say he wants to get his sedan chair, maybe we won't we will just sit in. Repro also about 10 over years ago.
And was this?
So chair, this sedan chair, the one is actually more than a house, more is considered very costly.
When you say China is in Fujian province, or is it
Fujian province. Fujian province. In Quanzhou. But then our Ongya, new Ongya comes from Beihang. Beihang is currently is under Xiang. This is the Hokkien word, different from what
is a trading ship?
in Xiamen.
So are the Wangkangs made in this style? It's like,
Okay.
are the Wangkang barges made in this style? Or?
Yeah.
So the origin of the woku was it something to do with sea voyage? Or
Yes. Yes.
was it to bring good fortune for a sea journey or something?
Okay. You see, this is about the relationship between people and the sea.
Okay.
Okay? Those days, in Hokkien province, they survive, their main economic traits are all people going out to sea and then, they do international business, international trade. The whole China only in Hokkien and they go out to sea. Right? Okay. So they deal a lot with, seafarers and etc. They have got this practice. When a ship sank in distress, okay, rescue ships sent, they can only rescue the dead bodies. Meaning, tie, product, and take, okay, so that they can bring it up to the land and then proper burial is done. Okay, why can't they allow it to just sink like that? Because they believe this, it cannot let all this dead body to be a wandering soul. You have to give them a proper send-off. This is what the Hokkien believes. Then what happened to those who actually still survive? They can only send the rescue ship next to it. If let's say, another one just floating like that, try to. They can only bring the ship next to it. And if you can pull yourself up, means your time of death is still not there yet, means you can survive. But if let's say, a person here pull you up, with help, okay, so it is believed that you, the person pulling him, will have to be placed. Maybe, he's supposed to die, but you're safe. You're supposed to be placed. With this idea, Ongya says there are a lot of wandering souls. So in those days, we go out, we help those dead bodies so that they don't become wandering souls. Now, I would like to help the whole, the living by inviting all those souls to come up my ship and serve me as my navy, okay, as my crew. A lot of religion, when you talk about wandering souls, you equate to ghosts, you equate to something evil. You will chances kill them, diminish them, vanish them, right? Your orang putih, all those Dracula and all that, right? Practically everything. You will actually hit and you brand them as evil. Means you have to just kill them, finish, full stop. No argument, they cannot be good. Because they are wandering soul. But in our culture, Ongya's belief, no, they are not. They are worth saving. Though they are wandering soul, they are still worth saving. And then they are worth every little bit of help from him. Okay? And in fact, Ongya give all these wandering souls an opportunity to serve me, to do good already. Okay? And then hopefully, Ongya says, hopefully by you helping me and you, do not create all this havoc, okay, you will bring peace to people. And at the same time, to yourself, your karma, you will get good karma. And then maybe you can be reborn into some better realm instead of just wandering like that. So meaning we are fighting evil with goodness. So this is something which we bring up to the attention of UNESCO. This is our presentation. Relationship between human and sea, which we bring it into our daily lives. That's why our boat is brought up to road, and then we invite them to come up. Normally, you see all those junctions, these are places where we have got huge accident, right? Do you all know that Malaysia, since March 18, MCO time, the 2 or 3 parts of MCO, the death on road is even higher than our total accumulated death due to COVID-19. 500 over death. And MCO not supposed to have cars on the road, right? But still we have got so many accidents. I even saw one die by the highway in the middle of the road, already left with pulang. You know, they don't even know how the accident occurs. So these are the things that in only our eyes, okay, people or souls that are worth helping. Okay? Death due to accident is a lot. So minus that, we go back to history. During Sultanate Melaka time, right? I believe there are a lot of sheep that is wreckage, sheep wreckage. Now you can go into the sea and then start finding all those things. You tell me nobody died? So whether were they properly helped? Okay. When the Portuguese came invade us, a lot of fight. You tell me that nobody died? Right? And then, of course, the Dutch and the Japanese and the Orang Putih subsequently, you know, a lot of all these. That is why you see a lot of Ongya's temple, just like Macho temple. They are always by the seaside and the riverside. And then our whole procession is actually circulating or following the route that is so near to the river of Melaka. We do not go off-road, you know, here in town. And obviously, places that is near river of Melaka happens to be the town center. Because that's where the most flourished places are. Okay. Does that help your understanding?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
So this is a little bit of our photo. You see, just now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of us up there. And we still have got a lot of places. Now, there are only 4 and you practically reach the site below. So this is 1933. Of course, we have got, this one is known as the oldest photo, original photo, 1990, World Cup. Yeah. 1919, we must remember those days we have got British Straits-born Chinese. That's, we call it now, today, Baba people, right? Those days the camera is like you have to put it inside and then and I believe it is very expensive. Only the rich and the have will have. Orally brought down is 1846. Orally brought down. Okay? But then with photos, it's 1919. So Taiwanese
1846, the camera not yet.
Even have perhaps, you know, some of the family. That's why I keep going through newspaper telling all the Baba's family, if you happen to, you know, have all these, please give it to us, to give it and your acknowledge it is from you. Like this one, he won't think he gave us in 2016. This is 1933. You give some recognition that form, you know, rather than putting your house and then white ants, you know, finish it off. Until 2001. Yeah. Yeah, 2001.
That was the last one before this one.
No, and then 2012. 2012. Yeah. Ours, when should we do World Cup, we saw depending on the instruction given by Adanya. In this case, this year, instruction was given 2017, December 31st. December 31st, 2017. So you have got a full 2018, 2019, 2020. Having 3 years, never before the one.
Do the instructions relate to a particular event?
That is what the professors doing research on this, especially from Taiwan and China. The conclusion is this, that every time our Malacca Ongya instruct us to do World Cup, sure there will be some big health or economic event happening throughout the world.
Not necessarily positive.
No. It has to be negative event. Positive event for us to rejoice. Negative event for them to come and save us. In the world, in short, they act as a savior. In 2001, it was SARS. In 2012, it was H1N1. Yeah. In 1919, it was Spanish flu. Yeah, the famous Spanish flu.
Because it in France also, 1918.
Yeah. So in 1933, they say it was economic depression. World economic depression. Yeah. They were supposed to have another one somewhere in 1940 something. But then, you know, that was right after the Japanese occupation. So, as I said earlier on, in fact now, to hold this event requires a lot of money. Right? Those days, the Baba have got. When Japan came, the Babas was hard hit. All our cash was turned into beat down pisang, banana tree money. Became useless because actually the Japanese came, they slaughtered the Baba first. So the Baba became poor. So that's where the Baba don't know how to stand up subsequently. And then all these the newcomers Chinese took over us in terms of, you know, the society standing and wealth, you know. But 31st December 2017, he actually wrote, he put the name Baba first, Baba Ronald to be the director. Ronald is me, but he don't call me straight Ronald. He put the word Baba. So I take it that, you know, Oya wants the Baba to come and do our part. Okay, so next part.
One nine.
But this is like the cake, right? This is like the cake, the tanki will wear, right?
No, this is for Omega.
Oh, okay.
Not Taki. Not the medium.
So this will cover the key.
Cover the chair, not kill the chair. Kill is a dead chair. So this one is Omega's chair. Here it's supposed to be something equivalent to what we have now. Do you know what it is? Rainbow. Normally prepare a few sets.
This one is
made from pasta.
So who makes them now?
Iya, boleh. Dunia.
So is China like where we get the idea of Karong for Wahab?
Maybe. Ours is all from China. Maybe. Sana pun ada juga Pak, baju bambu semua.
So for that's where we get it from.
And then, if just now as you walk, all announcement relating to one cup. Okay? The tradition is you will have this. So I think because when we are modern, instead of carving, we should cause this hole. Speeding up. And as you go in, the no entry is also something like that, right? Those days are something. Those days are all. Now, of course, all these this is Baba's all this embroidery. We have hundreds of in this temple.
It was called the Forbidden Ground because the embroideries were from taking these knots.
And this is supposed to be the umbrella for the if they can have one, it's considered something huge. But this time round, we have reached, I think Hongya more trying, not trying, Hongya is showing that, you know, I'm actually
Please subscribe this new channel youtube.com/yourmalaka to encourage me to continue preservation works on Malacca's past and present events, heritage, history, traditions for the future younger generations.
请帮忙订阅这个新频道 youtube.com/yourmalaka 以鼓励我继续努力保留马六甲的文化、历史及传统为了新一代的年轻人。